Hello and welcome back to ZRZ. In this video we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the camera options for the Nintendo Switch 2. We have the official Nintendo Switch 2 camera here, but there's also some other third-party officially licensed options such as the Piranha plant camera by Hori. So I just wanted to take a look at these, kind of compare them, see which one's worth going for, because the official one is £50 and this one is £34. So there is a price difference, obviously a visual difference, but let's see if there's any other differences such as the quality and other functionalities. So opening up the official Nintendo Switch 2 camera first, we get a USB-C to C cable here, and then the camera itself attached on its base. So here's the camera out of the box. It's quite lightweight. The base does have a little bit of weight to it just to keep it sturdy on the table, but it's overall quite a small unit. We have an open and close mechanism for the lens here. As you can see, you can just cover up the camera there whilst you're not using it. Right on the bottom there, you've got the USB-C port to plug in the included cable. There is a little clip here just to keep that cable flush with the rest of the stand, and then basically that just sits like that, and you can plug the other end into the Switch. Now let's open up the Piranha plant camera for the Switch 2 by Hori. Now in this package, similarly, you've got the USB-C to USB-C cable. You've got a headphone jack adapter with a right angle connection on there. This is part of the actual Piranha plant. You just clip this on as a sort of decorative piece onto the camera. So here's the camera itself. You can just clip this part on in the middle just as a kind of finisher, just to complete the whole look of the camera. And there you go. This has a nice sort of snapping hinge mechanism on there to actually reveal the camera. When you're not using it, you can just close it like that. That's pretty cool. And you've got a USB-C connector right at the end there, which can go through the base. So the base has a USB-C connector here for the actual plant if you want to plug that in there. Then you've got another USB-C port there to plug in the cable. I actually quite like that. This gives a bit more flexibility with how you use this. You could put that straight onto the Switch if you like, if you don't want to use the base and just angle the camera how you like, or connect it straight to the base. And you can even flip this bottom part of the base out, which would be perfect for mounting on top of a monitor or a TV. So that's quite cool. I do quite like how they've implemented that into this base. So that's both of the cameras out the box. Let's get them connected and see how they compare. So I've got the official Nintendo Switch 2 camera plugged in first. And to test any USB camera on the Switch 2, go into System Settings, scroll down to Controllers and Accessories, and then down to Test USB Camera. And there we go, you can see it does show the image of the camera here, and this Switch 2, the official camera, definitely has a nice wide angle lens here. I'm maybe 50 centimeters away from the camera. It's capturing a lot of the shot here, and it seems to be dealing with the kind of bright studio light quite nicely. It's evening out the image. It's not overexposed or anything like that. It looks pretty good. It's supposed to be 1080p resolution as well, and from looking at it with this test here, just directly on the Switch 2 screen, I would say the quality is pretty decent. Now let's turn the studio light off and turn on regular living room lighting, as I think that's a little bit more realistic. So with the studio light switched off and just some living room lights turned on, it took a while for the camera to adjust, but it's really brightened everything up, and the white balance has adjusted massively. The lighting in here is actually quite yellow, but the Switch 2 camera has adjusted a lot to kind of balance out the colors, and the white balance has leveled out a bit, and it's made the room look a lot cooler on camera, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing actually. I think it's dealt with it pretty good, and again, even with the lower light, it's actually not bad quality. It's not gone grainy or lost too much quality, so I'm pretty impressed. Let's plug in the Hori Piranha camera and see how that compares. So now I've got the Hori Piranha plant camera plugged in, and straight away we do have a problem here. This is plugged in via the supplied USB cable into the dock or the base for the camera, and then the camera's plugged into the base, and it's not working correctly at all. I don't know if this is an issue or it needs a software update or this is faulty, but as you can see, the camera is moving at like 1 frame every 5 seconds. Something's definitely not right here. But if I plug the Piranha camera straight into the top of the switch, we won't have this issue. So I think the dock is faulty. And with it plugged in straight into the switch, you can still see the quality is not good. Although it's fixed the frame rate problem, the quality is not near as good. It's supposed to be 480p, and it's not dealing with the studio lighting very well. It's super washed out and overexposed. And it's not near as wide either. We're roughly the same distance away, 50 centimeters, and it's much more of a narrower frame here with this Piranha camera. Now with the studio light switched off and just regular living room lighting, you can see the quality is still not great. It looks a little bit more balanced, not quite as washed out, but it's just got a dull, dark and kind of moody look to it. It's obviously not the best quality camera. So here we have the Piranha camera side by side with the official Switch 2 camera in studio lighting, and here is them side by side with regular living room lights. After plugging both cameras into a computer, we can actually check some of the specs of these cameras, and it's clear that the Piranha camera is lacking in a few places, such as the 20 FPS and the lower resolution, and you can just see the difference is clear. So that's a look at both of these cameras for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's a real shame that the base for the Piranha one did seem to be causing a frame rate issue. I did try it a few different ways, including docked mode, and I had the same issue. It looks cool, but the regular official Switch 2 camera is definitely the better option. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.